Good, Jason?
Welcome. I'm Darren Ryder. I'm the Colonel for the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency Boating and Law Enforcement Division. Since 2009, NASBLA, the National Association of State Boating Law Administrators, has identified one weekend close to the 4th of July, and they've named it the National Campaign Operation Drywater. This year, Operation Drywater is July 4th through 6th, dedicated to heightened awareness towards the dangers of boating under the influence and increased enforcement. Officers throughout Tennessee and the nation will consolidate manpower with one goal: to reduce injuries and deaths. With our partners here today, United States Coast Guard, Tennessee Highway Patrol, Metropolitan Police Department, Tennessee Highway Safety Office, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Tennessee District Attorney General's Conference, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, Smyrna Police, and Wilson County Sheriff's Department. We all agree BUI is DUI. There is no difference. Drunk boaters become drunk drivers when they leave our waterways. Each year, we see our waterways filled with recreational boaters enjoying Tennessee's great natural resources. Our wildlife officers, while patrolling these lakes and rivers, see the senseless and selfish act of boating under the influence all too often. Nationwide, the use of drugs and alcohol by boat operators is a leading contributing cause of injury and fatal incidents on our waterways. This statistic also rings true in Tennessee, as about 30% of our incidents have intoxicant listed as a contributing factor. Our message is simple. If you choose to operate a vessel under the influence, our officers will take you to jail. Leave the drugs and alcohol at home. Do not operate a vessel under the influence of any intoxicating substances. Our wildlife officers are well trained at the detection of these crimes and are poised to remove these operators from our waterways. From Memphis to Mountain City, Tennessee is blessed with some of the most beautiful lakes and rivers. Help us keep them safe. Take a boating safety class. Use common sense. And do not drink and boat.
Thank you, Colonel Ryder. Next, we will have Sergeant Andrew Perez with the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
Good morning. My name is Andrew Perez. I'm a sergeant with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. I want to thank the media for being present here today, getting our message out, and as the countless traffic safety partners that we have here and across the state. As the 4th of July holiday approaches, the Tennessee Highway Patrol is pleased to announce we'll be working in conjunction with the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency and Operation Drywater to combat impaired driving. The Tennessee Highway Patrol is using various strategies such as directed enforcement, sobriety checkpoints, and proactive patrol operations to locate and remove impaired drivers this holiday weekend. The goals of this initiative are simple: to improve traffic safety and to reduce the death and destruction caused by impaired driving on Tennessee roadways and waterways. Every year, boaters and motorists alike are injured or killed in incidents involving drug or alcohol impairment. In 2023, Tennessee roadways experienced 7,483 crashes involving an alcohol or drug impaired driver. Alcohol impairment contributed to 299 fatalities. Half of DUI crashes resulted in injury or death, and 1 in 3 fatal crashes involved an impaired driver. I want to emphasize that DUI is a zero tolerance offense. If you're stopped and we determine you're too impaired to safely operate a motor vehicle, you will be arrested. Your opportunity to call for a safe ride home ends when you make the poor decision to get behind the wheel and endanger yourself and others by driving impaired. Plan now. However you decide to celebrate this 4th of July, make sure you have a safe and sober ride home. We encourage community members to be vigilant and call Star THP if they suspect someone is operating a motor vehicle impaired. We hope everyone has a safe and happy 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Perez. Next, we will have Captain Raymond Jones with the Metro Nashville Police Department.
Good morning, and thank you for being here. I'm Captain Raymond Jones. Thank on behalf of Chief Drake, all the stakeholders and partners that are here today, and their continued commitment to saving lives on the waterway and the roadway. The police department is still committed to addressing intoxicated persons on the roadway. This week, a DUI grant for the Tennessee Highway Safety Office will have officers on the roadway looking for impaired drivers. Also, the evening of July 4th, in collaboration with the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and our partners at the Tennessee Highway Patrol, we will be conducting a sobriety checkpoint on Charlotte Pike at 54th Avenue North near Morrow Street. We're all in this together. We all have a role to play. And if we play our role, I'm confident we'll keep the streets safe and we'll save lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Jones. Next, we will have Captain Matt Brian with the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Good morning. My name is Matt Brian. I'm the captain for District 21, which is the Nashville area for TWRA. I want to thank everybody that's here today, the media, and all the officers behind me. July 4th through the 6th, we'll be conducting several details across the state on our waterways. Specifically, I want to outline what we're going to do here in the Nashville area. Not only will the Operation Dry Water be the 4th through the 6th, but starting on the 3rd, we'll have details at all of our firework events, and including downtown for the 4th of July, as well as Old Hickory, Percy Priest, and the Cumberland River. Our officers are very dedicated to looking for impaired driving. That will be our focus over the weekend and the several days that incorporate Operation Dry Water. If you are found operating a vessel impaired, you will go to jail. Our officers are highly trained, and we'll be looking for this all weekend long. I do want to thank the Rutherford County Traffic Safety Task Force for being here. They are some very good supporters of ours, and we participate with them in Rutherford County. And they're going to be with us this Saturday on the water on Percy Priest in Rutherford County. THP, Smyrna, Rutherford County, they're going to be riding with us and helping us find impaired drivers. I just want to encourage the public to boat safe, drive safe, and just keep a sober operator. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Brian. Next up, we're going to have Vanessa Goodman with Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Hello, I'm glad to be here and thank you for inviting us. I want you to know as coming here means a world of difference to us and our organization. We are a mission-driven organization, and one of our goals is to have 0 crashes in the future. We think we can reach our goal, and I know we will because we have excellent partners. We have these gentlemen behind me and ladies who are excellent at helping us make our mission and make our mark. We want you to understand that DWI and BWI, which is the drinking under the influence, and you're boating under the influence, they are the same. Because you are in water does not mean that it is less or it's not an offense. It is. They cause crashes, they disrupt lives, and they destroy people, if not only kill them. What I want you to understand is that we want you to not only have a good time and be safe, we want you to return to your loved ones. This is not an accident. I need to make that clear. These are choices that you're making. So I'm asking for you to make good, positive choices. and enjoy your holiday. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa. Next, we're going to have Terry Wood with the Tennessee District Attorney General's Conference.
Good morning. I'm Terry Wood, a Traffic Safety Resource Prosecutor with the District Attorneys General's Conference. We just want to remind everyone, the Tennessee Legislature in the last few years have updated and enhanced both boating under the influence and driving under the influence laws. It is illegal to drive or operate impaired under any impairing substance. It doesn't matter if the substance is easily accessible, like beer or wine. It doesn't matter if you are prescribed the substance by a doctor, like a painkiller or a muscle relaxant. It doesn't matter if you can buy it over the counter, like Benadryl or NyQuil. It doesn't matter if you can buy it at a gas station or a store, such as Delta 8 or tianeptine. If it is an impairing substance, you cannot drive or operate either on the roadways or on the waterways. Please choose safely, choose the sober driver, and choose the sober operator, and make those alternative ways to get home. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Next, I'd like to call up Lieutenant Colonel Matt Majors with the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Thank you, Capt Brian. I would like to introduce somebody who's become a great friend of mine through the years, but we met because of some horrible choices of somebody who chose to operate a vessel under the influence. At this time, I'd like to bring Miss Nicole Carter up to give you her story and see the side that oftentimes people don't see. They don't see the victim portion of this. So that's the reason we're bringing her here, to bring this to life, to bring this to your doorstep, and to show you that this can happen to anybody and change those lives.
Hey, good morning. August 15th of 2020, it began like any other start to our lake weekend. It was sunshine and so excited to spend our day together doing what we love the most. But because of a drunk driver, my life was completely flipped upside down and changed forever. The lake was our happy place for our family, to make memories with our children, but safety was our number one priority. The day started out perfectly fun. It was great. Once we parked our boat, my daughter Olivia had to get on the jet ski. So, of course, like the great father David was, he took her on a ride. Had no idea that was going to be the last time I saw them. It wasn't abnormal for David to take the kids on longer rides, but this time I had a gut feeling something wasn't right. So my best friend on their boat, they untied and they went to go look and see what's going on. At that time, that's when the emergency crews flew past us, and I knew then something wasn't right. I'll never forget sitting there in my boat, waiting, panicking, trying to breathe, hoping, praying, but they didn't just race to David and Olivia. But then when I look up, I see someone in uniform driving my best friend's boat back to us. I can still feel and hear the screams that I let out when I saw that. I knew then they weren't okay. I can remember running to the ramp and getting off the boat and not knowing where I was going or what I was doing. And I was just hoping they would tell me it was a minor accident. They're okay. Instead, I was told my husband had died at the scene and that my daughter was airlifted in critical condition to Memphis. The drive to Memphis was such a blur. All I can think about is, how did this happen to us? We are so safe. We make sure of all things, people who ride our vehicles, who are with us, that there's somebody that is sober always. I arrived at the hospital, and within a few hours, I held my lifeless, beautiful, curly red-haired, freckled daughter in my arms and said a final goodbye. As a parent and a spouse, this is your absolute worst nightmare. Second nightmare is having to go home and tell your 2 other children that their stepfather and their sister was no longer here, and why. A man under the influence chose to operate a watercraft at a high rate of speed. He hit my husband and my daughter on our watercraft while they were at a standstill. He then proceeded to leave them in the water without calling for or sending for help. I have come here today to support law enforcement in their efforts to educate others about the dangers of driving a boat under the influence. I'm here to support the district attorneys and prosecutors in their battle against these crimes. The man who killed my husband and daughter was at a 0.127 blood alcohol content almost 3 hours after the incident. As far as I'm concerned, that man murdered my incredible husband and daughter, and the courts agreed. He was charged with vehicular homicide along with other charges. He is serving 12 years for the crimes that he did, but it's never going to be enough justice. I'm begging you, if you are a boater who chooses to operate under the influence, please think of me and my family and what we lost. It is never, under any circumstance, worth the risk. I pray that no family is ever has to go through what we've been through and continue to this day to live with. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carter. I'll end with this. Every day, the actions of reckless boaters contribute to the growing number of victims like Ms. Carter to this senseless tragedy. Operation of a vessel impaired is the most selfish decision that you can make. Operating a motor vehicle under the influence is the most selfish decision you can make. I have, through the years, visited countless families' doorsteps during the middle of the night to let them know their loved ones were not going to be coming home due to the actions of a drug or alcohol impaired operator. To be quite honest, to speak for myself and our officers, we are growing greatly tired of having those visits. At some point, operating a vessel under the influence has not garnered the same attention and recognition as driving a motor vehicle under the influence. This mindset must change by all our boaters. BUI is DUI. It is not socially acceptable no matter what your friends say. Make the right choice. Always choose a designated operator. It may affect your life or the lives of so many others. Thank you.
As you all can see here today, identifying and removing impaired operators of vessels and vehicles is what we not only do during Operation Dry Water, but day in and day out all year long. It is a 365-day activity that our officers participate in, and that is being on the water to enforce our boating safety laws. Officers statewide will arrest every single one of them that they come across so that there are no more victims from this completely preventable crime. I want to thank you all again for being here today. All these agencies and departments that are represented today play a crucial part in the safety of the public and keeping our waterways and roadways safe. Please have a great, fun-filled July 4th with your families, and remember to make sure you have a designated driver. Thank you.